gotta get them in.
Okay.
Just have to get them.
All right.
Yeah, we are live. So, ladies and gentlemen, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for your patience. We are having some technical difficulties. It's just beyond, yeah, like beyond my control. So let me apologize for the long delay trying to start this show that should have started at 5 p.m. But instead, God is teaching me patience. I really don't like. I don't like that. No, yes.
It never feels good when he teaches you something.
No, it doesn't. No. No. See, y'all can call in 484-776-348. But anyway, oh my gosh, we have awesome guests up here. I had someone that on to like train to see, you know, if we have a field or some sort of a connection up in here. And he's like quiet as crackers, so you might have to just kind of drive like stay up yeah, but we want some guests. Dude, we got some awesome guests up here, so I'm hoping all y'all gonna sit back and enjoy it. John, like, can you see?
It's moving now, but it wasn't moving before.
Oh, okay, what's moving?
Your voice.
So, okay, now we make sure my voice can you see too? A voice that reads and moves and stuff. So I hope it does move. Like, y'all hoping it move in a way that y'all want to stay tuned, listen to. We have this awesome guest. Oh my gosh. Wife up in here. Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. All this sit alongside this guy who's just fires crackers. I'm telling you, boy, hard here just sprout and start talking and whatnot. And, oh, he laughs. Okay. But anyway, do tell us. Let us know like who you are and where you're from.
Well, my name is Jaffia May, and I'm an inspirational gospel artist. I have a passion and a love for singing and writing songs. Ever since I could open my mouth and talk, I was singing.
Does your voice move?
It moves.
If it reads too?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure I want to know anyone whose voice reads and moves. Don't know what that means, but okay.
I grew up in a church, PKK all the way, parents were pastors. I mean, it's what I love to do is sing.
Okay, so like we sang because well I tell this story all the time, you know, where everybody laughs. I tell the story that you know Beyonce she reached out to me to sing too, but did you do?
Don't you believe it?
Why don't you just stay over there and keep being dry cracker? You're supposed to do, but yeah, she's like, girl, I heard you can sing. I'm like, I heard it too, since my voice moves. But I wanted to save it, you know, for when she, because her and Jay-Z just made this record, so I gotta save my voice. Mm-hmm. So you know, yeah, I don't want to put Jay-Z to shame, but I'm like, that should have been me, Beyonce, but.
Oh, so you rap?
Well, I do like a whole lot. For her to reach out to me, she was like, girl, we should kind of break it down. I was like, okay, but I'll wait till you settle down or something. She's just all over the place. I can't be about that life. So, yeah, let me save my voice. But anyway, yeah, because I don't want this child to be trying to steal my songs, my lyrics. I look up.
Is the copywritten? Yet?
Yeah, it's copywritten, yeah, but that don't mean anything. She might scratch something out, put her name over top of it, you know, her face attached. It like, girl, you can sing it. I'm like, no, that was my voice. They'll never believe it. But anyway,
no, we won't believe it. We won't believe it.
Fire. Anyway, so
the Stop the Violence event.
Oh, where's that gonna be at?
So we're actually going to be holding that in 1526 West,
West Second Street.
West Second Street, in
Chester?
Chester, PA, and New Hope United Methodist Baptist Church.
Oh,
This concert is pretty much a bully-free zone. And my husband here, he's going to be bringing forth the message for the very first time.
Ain't that something?
ain't that something?
Ain't that something?
Ain't that? Why he talking?
Maybe they should switch sides.
Yeah.
See how they go.
That's right. So what got you into singing?
What got me into singing?
Yeah, what prompted you to say, you know what, this is what I want to do?
It's always been a part of me. Like I said, ever since I could open my mouth and start singing, it's just always been rooted inside of me. It's been a passion of mine. You know, go home, lock myself in, take out my little competition book, and just that's my outlet.
Okay. All right.
What is some of your music?
You know, growing up, I listened to a lot of artists. I really was into the R&B, and pop, and of course gospel. But I grew up listening to.
Hey, can you heard? Oh, girl, holla at her. She's good. She's good. I said to the car.
Oh wow!
The bomb. But yo, now here's the thing. I heard you talk about bullying.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I straddled the fence.
What you mean?
I bullied when I was a child, and I was a bully. I did what was done to me.
Yeah.
So when I always say, you know, I was a bully. But growing up back then, it wasn't to where it is now. Now it's like we have the cyberbully. We have the bullying that's taken it to the next, to where everyone now is either thinking about it or has taken their life. I was just fortunate that I never got to the point of wanting to take my life, and that I know of.
Yeah.
That I know of. None of the ones that I bullied wanted to take theirs or has taken their lives. It was kind of interesting because there was a gentleman that was arrested, I believe, 2 weeks ago, and he stalked an old high school girl for 30 years because she bullied him.
Wow.
30 years he carried that grudge.
Yeah.
He was like, wow, he was sending her all kinds of stuff. He was like, wow, how do you catch somebody for 30 years? Like, what prompts you to do that for 30 years? But yeah, so to have you say, I want to do something for the city of Chester, PA, mad shout out love to Chester, PA, and to do something in lieu of all this bullying. Let me ask you this question. How bad is the bullying in Chester that you know of?
It's very bad. I mean, the crime rate is ridiculous. You know, at least every 2 weeks you hear about somebody losing their life, getting shot, you know, and murdered in the streets of Chester. So I would say that is at its highest peak right now.
A fellowship in Chester, Life in Christ, 30 Booth.
Yeah.
And a gentleman from my congregation, his niece, apparently was in the backyard having a cookout, and someone just rolled by, opened a fire, got her. No one died, no severe injuries, but the fact that you're sitting in your own backyard and someone comes by and does that, and then we found out 2 days later someone else had gotten shot, and her Barbie's like, wow, like, why this killing, this animosity that's in such a small city, and then pretty much everyone is related some kind of way.
Yeah.
They're related. I don't understand it. But hopefully Saturday we can like come out, show some support, some love support, and really think about what it is. It really is like there isn't enough going on with this deportation of supporting family and stuff, and bullying and stuff. But because I know you have more going on besides this massive event that's going on in Chester, PA. Yeah, boy. Chester, awesome event. Yo, we had the queen up here that's getting ready to talk about her next coming event. Y'all hear some album releases, some collaborations with some artists?
So I am at Transparency right now. Planning on releasing it at the end of this summer. Transparency is a real personal album for me because I wanted. My first album that I released was Not of the World. That was about 2 years ago. That was a short EP, and it was basically love and worship, praise and worship songs. This one, I wanted to pretty much just put myself out there, just be as open and honest as I could about myself, be transparent. You know, you can't hide nothing. You basically see through, and flaws and all, everything. I'm just putting it out there. I really, I wanted, you know, the listener to know that just because I gave my life to God and I'm saved now doesn't mean that I don't go through, you know, and I'm not trying to, you know, cover up things that I went through in the past. I want them to know this, and I overcame this. You as well can overcome this too, you know, so I hope that, you know, it reaches, well, I know that it's going to reach the non-believer as well as the believer. My audience that I'm looking for is I want to reach the world with my music.
Yes.
And with the message, because, you know, I started off doing the R&B before I gave my life to Christ. So when my life changed, my message changed, my music changed, and it's kind of its own genre. You know, it has its own kind of edge to it. It's not your typical inspirational gospel sound.
Well, how do we know? Like, you plan on dropping a few bars of it?
Well, I mean, we
Oh boy.
well, you know, we have some tracks that, you know, hopefully you're going to play for your listeners today.
Yeah, we're going to play some tracks. For my listeners today. Not mine. No. Sorry, Beyonce. I'll holler at you later. I'll holler because I'm going to embarrass these folks. I know they like, girl, Beyonce ain't cool. Because, you know, Beyonce, but Mr. Zachary, he had the beautiful queen over here. So, you know, and and you know what? Because I know we hear it, you know, depending on the person and depending on what it is we're trying to do. How much support do you give her in her?
I mean, I'm here. You see?
I try to do a live every day because the thing is, we have people that always say, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, and they're looking at your walk through their eyes. Oh, Beyonce ain't gonna hug you. You'll never be that clothing designer. Why don't you start selling? Or won't you work at? You always have that person, and I got you even though you're here. You still have family, and I gotta be anal because not everyone's married. Whose wife decides I want to be there all. That means I have to start late night writing bid or I want to. Not everyone is fully on board.
Well,
story of my life.
Yeah, right. No, it's funny because my wife says that story of her life. That's always, I think, for any local artist or anybody that's trying to get into the music industry or make music or even acting or writing books and painting, whatever it is. If you do something and you're not quote unquote famous, to the people locally, they're not gonna support you. You know what I mean? Until you start popping, that's when they jump on the bandwagon. But you know, for my wife, yeah, I support her in all that she does because I believe in what she does. You know, it's not just because she has a beautiful voice or that she's a beautiful woman. Don't you agree? It's because of the mission, you know, of what she's doing. You know, it's more than just putting out music at this point. You know, it's more like an assignment now that she was called to do. You know, in Christ. So for me, being her spouse, you know, we are one. So I do believe in all that she does, and I'm here to support her in that. Likewise, I know she's here to support me, you know, with my endeavors as well. So, yeah, I'm here in more ways than one, than just being physically here. I'm here spiritually. I'm here as a support, you know, system. And as long as we got each other and God, I think we got it.
You got it.
Oh.
Women.
I think that's
As long
it.
as they got God.
As long as
That's it. Yeah.
Well, let me see if I can play something for because I have unforgiveness. Yeah.
That's a nice ballad.
It's a nice ballad.
Nice
Yes.
ballad.
It's kind of nice. Yeah, it's kind of y'all call in, chime in, let me know what y'all think. You know, hey, 484-477-6348. Oh my gosh, I'm just telling y'all, like, I don't want to like everything, but I like the word unforgiveness. It goes a lot of ways, considering that great woman of God. God tells us we're supposed to forgive.
Yeah.
And I hear so many people say, "Oh, I can't forgive. I refuse to forgive." Like, "Oh, I'll forgive, but I won't forget." But that's not forgiving. If you're gonna keep remembering, like, here's the thing: you're never going to forgive because I'm gonna always look at her and remember how she took them earrings from me. Always going out. Now I forgive you, but every time I see, I always think about that earring that I knew was mine, or I look at that watch that I knew was mine, but yet I forgive you. Like, how hard? Let me ask you that. How hard is it for you to someone as your songs?
Well, you know, honestly, I wrote this song from an experience. We've been talking transparency, so let's
Come on with it.
Let's be transparent. I was in an abusive, physically and mentally marriage for about 6 years. I almost lost my life pregnant, and I almost got suffocated to death pregnant with my son. And you know, it ended on a bad note. When I left it really ended on a bad note, and I was harboring a lot of hatred, bitterness, and unforgiveness towards this individual. And it was hard for me to forgive this person. And it wasn't until I got to know who God was that I got to know what love and forgiveness really is.
Right.
When I gave my life to Christ, it was still something that was inside me that God was working on, you know, with forgiving this person, because it did not happen overnight.
Right.
And it's not something that's going to, you're dealing with unforgiveness. And God says, if you don't let that unforgiveness go, it's going to kill you.
Wow.
And I knew exactly what we was talking about. And I decided, you know, to let it go. You know, you just have to. It's a decision you have to make with anything.
Yeah, it is. It's hard. I can really. I've never been married. I've never been married, but I've been. I had to sit down a little. Like, I do a whole bunch of lives. I do a lot of Facebook lives, and I always tell people to stay focused. I got to the point I started getting shirts made to stay focused. So, and I try to tell people, you know, I'm on the other side, you know, like, I want y'all to stay focused. And I know you're like, girl, how am I stay focused on this? So I tell people, you know, like, I'm not going through what you're going through, but I'm going through some stuff. So when this camera is not going on, trust me, I'm on the other side crying, on my knees, like, begging. I know what it's like not to have food, not to have money. I know what it's like. I've been in that abusive relationship. I have. And it took me a very long time to forgive it. I mean, a very long time. That person had came into my place of worship. Pastor and wife calls me church, and it was an intervention. Sum it up, and got there, and who was there? That person. And I'm looking like, no, you are not, laughing and joking, talking to my first lady and my pastor. And all I could think was just jumping over there and just literally, and my first, she grabbed my arm and pulled me to the side, and she literally told me, you know, I need to get myself together, and then I need to stop, and I'm not gonna, I need to represent the church, and I'm looking at her like seriously, like, but she didn't know. That's the thing. She didn't know why I had this animosity towards that person. I didn't get a chance to tell her, but just to see that person, it just brought back like everything. And all I wanted to do was just, I tell people, if I didn't think I was gonna go to hell, I would have killed that person. That was, I didn't care about who's put me in jail, prison. I didn't care. I just didn't want to go to hell. So that was what spared me. But over a period of time, I had to learn to pray for that person. And that took a lot to pray for that person. Like, how did you tell me to pray? But then I had to sit down and I thought about all the crap I did. And I thought about all the times God forgave me. And I thought about all the crap I did. And you laugh. And I really had to put, now when I see the person, it's like, hey, like, hey, we're cordial. But it took, like you said, I don't know how long it took for you, but it took me years. And I mean years. I had to go through like, yo, you did this. And I'm like, okay. But then after that, I had to play it in my own head, like, here's the stones in my hand. So I can't keep throwing stones your way, because at some point, I allowed it to happen. There was a door that no one chained me, no one handcuffed me, no one bonded me, no one restricted me from leaving. So I stayed. So I can't blame that person 100% all that I endured, but that's a lot to muster. So I really kudos, not kudos, but I tilt my head. I thank all the people that are out here that are learning how to forgive, or taking the steps to forgive, or have forgive, because that's a hard road. That's a pill. Yeah,
I mean, I had to, you know, with seeking God and, you know, building this relationship with God, it really, it brought some things to the light for me. You know, I realized that it was not that person that was my problem. You know, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and wickedness in high places. So I'm not looking at that person doing that to me. I'm looking at what was the spirit that was using that person to do that to me. You know, for all a greater purpose, to stop what I was purposed to do.
They got your husband. They got your husband.
Yes.
So what? Yes, it is amazing how you have to go through some stuff. And I tell people, you know, like, you know, everyone keeps asking God, I want this, I want this, I want this, but yet you won't let go. And I would tell them, grab a handful of pennies.
Yes.
Just grab 2 hands full of pennies. And then ask God to give you stuff. And he's like, where? I can't give it to you because you still have to stop. Did you have to let go? So as soon as you let go the stuff, he can give you more stuff. I always preach to people, and I find myself trying to live that the stuff I'm preaching, because I had a gentleman tell me that some of the stuff that I'm preaching was from them. So like, but I just felt the need to share it. But I really thank you so much for sharing that transparency with us. Again, because you got your husband, but moving forward, because you let go of some stuff, you in here blowing up, you get ready to make some awesome moves and whatnot. Yeah, it was like, absolutely.
It's like the industry is so big. It's it's not fully saturated like some of the other genres because, you know, you just have so many different artists with different ranges, different vocal. I mean, just different abilities. But why is there a need to feel like everything is sounding the same? Like Travis Green is refreshing to me. Jonathan McReynolds is refreshing to me because it's just a different sound. Lisa McClendon is refreshing to me. But then everything else is like God will into that. I got a choir, I got a guy talking, then the choir sings behind it. And then we get flooded with that on the radio. And it's like, all right, where's the new stuff? Where is that sound? So you are needed.
It's here.
You are needed. I'm telling you, you're needed because I'm tired of writing into whatever our little gospel station here is here in the city because I email them, I write them, and I'm like, can y'all stop playing John P. Key? Jesus real. Like, no, I'm not even being funny, but it's like, okay, we're in 2018. That song came out of like 91. So you make it seem like there's no new. Okay.
There's no new.
God with fresh music, they good. You know, the Israel, like that whole group is giving us great stuff, and we're like, because we're singing it every Sunday in our service. But gospel, hear you off right now. I don't know why. I mean, I'm sure probably.
No, I mean,
if y'all haven't even talked about it or listened to it, absolutely, it's you know, like I mean, it's in this.
Now we were talking. It's funny because we were talking about this on the way here. It's like, you know, right now with both of us, because you know I used to make secular music. Now I've been transitioned over, and you know, people always joking, but like, you know, you don't make us a hip hop, you just make hip hop. You know, it's just you just happen to be a Christian. You know, like because the music I make caters to more than one audience. You know what I mean? Like your everyday average hip hop listener could chime in and be like, yo, that's dope. But then halfway, he just said Jesus a couple times, you know. And my wife, in the same aspect, you know, her singing, you hear it and you might think it's an R&B record, you might think it's a hip hop record, or something like that. And then halfway through, you like, oh, she was talking about God, you know what I mean? So, and it's not even like we try to bamboozle nobody or catch them off guard. It's just that's the style that God gave us, you know what I mean? And like you were saying about Kirk, like that's his style. He was given that. You know, God-given talent. The man made a certain genre of music and he capitalized on it and still does to this day. But you know, when God gives you something, you have to run with that. And I think, you know, us being in the secular realm, it didn't work out because we weren't doing what we were called to do. You know what I'm saying? Now being where we're at, making that music, it's like I think God wants us to cater to the non-believer more than the believer because you can't keep preaching to the choir.
No.
It's so good. It's so
Isn't that what Jesus did?
That's the key. Because I follow Lecrae. I like Lecrae. And I've done Cross Movement, Truth, all of them. I mean, I've flamed Tripoli, 116, all of them. And Lecrae catches so much flack. It's like,
He does.
He keeps putting out these church clothes albums, and he has all these secular on there.
Yeah.
Okay, so now if you look at it from a true as traditional Christian side, you would say, okay, yeah, why is he trying to bring in, or why is he on these records with these secular artists? Right. But if Jesus were an artist, Jesus would be everywhere.
You gotta preach.
Come on.
There's an offering for
Right?
that.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, so as far as believers, like, it's kind of like we look at things so backwards sometimes. Like in the scriptures, Jesus he's only in the synagogue twice. Once when he was a boy, the other time when he turned over the tables. The rest of the ministry,
he's outside.
He's never in the building.
He was in the trap.
Well, we run.
He was in the trap.
Tomorrow, Lecrae's album, he's coming out with some guy. I just saw it today. It says, "Let the Trap Say Amen." That's the name of the album.
I seen it. Yeah, I seen it.
But so Jesus would be in the trap. So you would see Jesus with 2 chains.
Yeah.
If you take the money from everybody, no, I'm coming to your house.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be with you today. 100.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying that's because it's like it's draining to especially as a DJ to try to play good music, to try to find good music, to try to play, to come up with sounds and songs that motivate and inspire. Like, I mean, Beyonce has a song, Flaws and All. I know y'all heard it, but I know on the very beginning she has like one part of it where she does use a curse word. But other than that, to me, that's a gospel song.
It is.
I don't know why you love me,
that's why I love you. I have not listened to this new song.
No, it's not new.
Okay.
I don't know why you love me.
Sorry, Beyonce.
That's why I love you. You hear me when I call, accept me, flaws and all. That's why I love you. That's a gospel song. I don't know who Beyonce claims she's singing on that song. That is a gospel song. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, all right, we doing a whole lot of moving and shaking going on.
But you know what's funny though? You listen to a lot of secular artists, you know what I mean? And a lot of them be calling out the God, and the average listener don't catch that. You know what I mean?
No.
For me, like even myself, like I was going back listening to some old tracks that I did, and I was calling out the God on all these records, and then I was like, I gotta remake these records because they were all like seriously, like they really work and fit for what it is. And there was a reason why half them albums I ain't never released, because God was saving them, to kind of get curtailed and switched to fit that. But you listen to a lot of people, like Eminem and 50 and name them, you know what I mean? Any secular hip hop artist, they call out the God a lot.
The hardest gangster that gets idolized is Tupac. He always talks about heaven. Yeah. He always talks about God. Yeah. I mean, he was fascinated with heaven, like just the thought of it. Yeah.
But he didn't live that lifestyle that people would think. You really like God? Because like seriously, the way you act, like.
And that's so one of the things I would say is he allowed himself to be bullied, if you will, peer pressured into being what he was not. You know what I mean? He turned into what he was rapping about because he was not that person that he was portraying, but he turned into that person because he started to believe it.
Right.
And that was his downfall because he wasn't built for that life.
No.
But he lost his life in that lifestyle because he turned into something he was not.
Absolutely.
And the enemy wanted that. He wanted to take him out. The man was very intelligent and he was fighting. He was an activist. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, the man made Keep Your Head Up, Brenda's Got a Baby, and Dear Mama, and then turned around and did America's Most Wanted, Ambitious as a Rider, and stuff like that. So, he definitely changed. Even somebody like Kanye, you look at Kanye, he started off with Jesus Walks, and now first track on his new album was called I Thought About Killing You. You know what I mean? Like, he's disturbed at this point. So a lot of these people call out to God in the beginning and they let the industry consume them.
Yeah. That's what they anchored in God comes to being humble. But do tell Quentin, like, what is your next after this event? Because we have the Stop the Violence event coming up. And that's interesting. That's at 1526 West 2nd Street, Chester, PA. Doors open at 6 p.m. Oh, shucks. Oh, okay. And who are the guests on here? ISO and
ISO. You got Key Legs. Okay.
Who was fired, by the way? I just want to point that out.
Who's that?
I just want to point out that Key Legs. By the way.
Fire.
Yeah, for those that don't know Key Ladies, come out, take us. She's fire.
Yes. Fire.
GRS.
Yes, GRS.
Now, question: how did you get involved or connected with these awesome performers up here? Because I'm looking at these people like, okay, ISO and
ISO is fire too.
Yeah, ISO is fire too.
We actually met ISO at We Are Redemption, who was also on there. They're actually my nieces.
Okay.
At one of their events. So when we go out and we perform, we meet these artists and we create a relationship.
Absolutely.
It's all about kingdom building. You know, we all got the same goal, the same message, so we just trying to do this together.
Yeah.
You know, no competition, nothing like that. We're doing this together.
I do think that's the one thing that separates Christian music, gospel music, whatever you want to label it, inspirational music from the other genres, is that the competition factor of it is phased. Like, it's not like I'm coming up and now it's my turn and I want to outdo the person who just stepped off the stage, like how the secular does. Oh yeah, that competition is major. Most tours, it's a ton of fights because you went over your time and things like that. Oh yeah, it's a real competition.
You know, because
it's
not
like
about
that.
self-gratification. It's about, you know, glorifying God, you know? And with my music, I don't want people to look at it as like from a religious side, because I'm all about relationship. Having a relationship with God, because religion can take you to hell. You know, you need to have a relationship, and having that relationship with God, He's going to lead you and guide you on where to go, who to connect with, what to say out your mouth, what not to say out your mouth. You know, so it's about relationship. And when you have a relationship with God, you're not going to get involved with all that
Doesn't matter.
stuff. You know, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm glad you touched on it. With this relationship thing with God. Because it's interesting. You know, I've been scrolling through social media, and I'm hearing about all the pastors, all the singers, you know. Now, they all started off with good intentions.
Yeah.
They all did. And somewhere along the line, they picked their anchor up and decided to walk with it. And you're supposed to stay anchored in God. When I say that, I mean that some started smelling themselves. The money started coming in a little bit thicker. You know, the guys or girls were coming in like, oh, like, I got that, you know, you that Christian type, but you sure look good. Did I steal it from Color Purple? You sure look but they come in, you know, and then eventually, you know, they stray a little. You know, I'm going to stay with God. I'm going to preach and talk about God, but I want to straddle the fence a little. And it's like, that, you know, it's like, but
you do understand that there's a generation that's younger than us that doesn't know that Al Green passed it.
After the grits or?
I'm just
But
saying.
however it goes. Now, let me take that back, because everyone has to go through some hard times.
But my question is, but why is that? Why is he more known for love and happiness than for a message?
Because they don't talk about it like that.
But,
you know?
but why is the question?
Yeah, because
he's been a pastor longer than he's been a singer.
Yeah, he has.
But he's known more for singing than pastor.
Well, I guess because he's not in the limelight. See, when he was Al Green, the ladies was like, "Oh my God, it's Al," and he was out there. Now that he's a pastor,
okay, but you know what I mean about that?
But now that he's a pastor, it's not like he's not. The clothes aren't tight. He's not chasing at the ladies. He's not. He learned to go a different route, just like Mace.
Okay.
When he left P. Diddy, it was like, hey, he decided he wanted to be.
But the issue with that is he was still pastoring even when they had on the tight
throwing the
clothes.
panties. Oh my God.
Yes, he's been a pastor for like 50 years, and the industry never talks about it.
No.
I saw Mace. Mace came here to the Adams Mark. The Adams Mark is where.
$36. It's like you ain't look. They ain't buying tickets no more. Like you passed the Mace. Like we want to hear. Anywho, so moving forward, June 23rd. June 23rd.
Yeah.
Tickets. I'm sorry. Doors open up at 6 p.m.
I'm sorry.
I would feel some kind of way too, but
okay. So now we're dealing with a matter of focus. If you're feeding the people and you believe in God, God's going to feed you, right?
Right.
You believe in God to feed the people. So you're telling me that no matter who put into that offering, they gave what they had. You're saying that that's not good enough to
No.
Well, let me
give
tell
it
you
back?
something.
It's not good enough.
God will test us. Okay,
Absolutely.
He'll test our faith. He wants to know if you really real about me.
Absolutely.
Okay, so have no doubt that God did that intentionally. Okay,
for sure.
This is where His heart was,
Mm-hmm.
and at the end of the day, this is the word.
Yes. So we have the show. We have you having an event. We have you having an event this Saturday at 1526 West 2nd Street, Chester, PA. So it's in Chester, ladies and gentlemen. Doors open at 6 p.m. So and then we have the artists who's going to be there? ISO and
ISO, GRS, Keelays, Jaffe Monet, We Are Redemption. I might rap a little bit. I don't know. I might.
You said earlier that you were going to do a message.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm never, I wouldn't call myself a preacher by any means. But when God put it on my spirit to throw this event, I kind of just started putting the sermon together unintentionally. Like it kind of just happened, and once it was together, Like it was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. So I wouldn't even say it was preaching. I'm more just shedding the light on why we're having this event, and I'm gonna throw some scripture in the mix, you know, and have a conversation with these kids, because that's what's important, and not even so much the toddlers or the young kids, more like the young teenagers, the young adults, the people ranging from 14 to 25. That's who needs this message. Because they're the ones running around busting their gun and stuff in the city. And, the ones underneath that, they're still young and they can get the message, but these guys right now really need a change of heart. So I'm a politic with them, man. Like that's really what the goal is. Just politic, and I can relate. I was there, you know what I mean? I've only been saved for like 2 years, so I know what's going on. You know what I mean? I know what's going on in the streets. I've been there, you know what I mean? And I can relate to them, and that's what the key is, you know what I mean? And every artist that's going to be at this show makes dope Christian hip-hop. I mean, some stuff that they're going to hear, they're going to be like, wait, you can praise God and sound like that? Because I'm going to tell you right now, first time I heard Keelays, that was my response. Because I was still transitioning, like I still didn't make gospel or Christian hip hop. I was still making secular music, but I caught myself saying I was saved, you know what I mean? But I heard Keelays and I was like, yo, this girl is fire. I was like, this woman, I was like, you can rap like that? That's what I need to be on. And it was encouraging, you know what I mean? Because to me, I was making, I don't know what I was making at that point in time, but I was trying to make some music still. But that encouraged me, a lot. So yeah, man. Definitely come out Saturday. Come see Jaffe M&A and a lot of other dope Christian artists. It's free. You don't have to pay nothing to come in. Just bring yourself. And we having raffles. We giving away some free sneakers. We giving away some jerseys, some all types of stuff. Oh yeah,
free sneakers.
Come get you some J's. We giving out some Jordans. Some Jordan Bread Toe ones, I believe that's what we giving out. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, me either. Now, question: if someone wants to try to, contact you, reach out to you. Hey, you know what? I want to funnel something into your ministry, into your sow a seed, or how do they get in contact with you?
Okay, well you can check out my website, jaffemna.weebly.com. W-E-E-B-L. Oh, you giving it to me? Okay, so let me spell this out for you. Jaffemna, JAFIAMPNAY .weebly, WEEBLY.com, and everything is on there. Every link to my music videos, to upcoming shows and events, you will find on my website.
I was heard, and it's interesting because I literally walked into Chester, got off the train. Brother man riding his bike, I know him. And, oh my gosh, well, there's a shooting going on. I was like, nah, I didn't know. And we always heard. And it's interesting because I literally walked into Chester, got off the train. Brother man riding his bike, I know him, by the lady's house. And she lost one of her sons. Apparently someone drove by, did a drive-by, and no one knew what to do, from my understanding. So it's like her son got caught up in like, what do I do? Do I run, drop? Apparently that's what they thought. He was like, where do I go? And he got hit by the flying bullets. But it's like, it's kind of sad. Like, even though it's a joke, when I see, Chester is like sort of related, but the fact is, those are human lives, that are being taken. And I really don't believe people are fully understanding the outcome of when you take a life. That's not that person life that you just ended. That's their family. And then if you get caught, that's your family. Because now they got to come to court and they have to see you behind bars. And if you have children, you're missing out. I work with a gentleman who spent 19 years in jail. 19 years in jail. It's like, wow, like you've missed half of your life in jail. So to have this, stop the violence, June 23rd, again at 1526 West 2nd Street in Chester, it's like, thank you, because everything is needed. Your inspiration, your music is coming out later on. That's so much needed. I don't care what anyone says. Like, speaking of God, trying to walk into God and touching on God and sharing it, like you said, to those that don't know God. Because actually we talked about that. I'm like, my thing was, I went to Bible study, not to take away from you, but I went to Bible study Monday, and one of the ladies was trying to respond to the pastor, like, how do you get people to come to church? So I asked a question. When I come in, and first thing, and you do that. So my thinking is, well, dang, I could have stayed outside and continued the life I was living if that's what Christian, godly people act. That's not how you get people to come in off the street, but the thing is, we still need people like you to keep singing those songs, to keep drawing to people, to keep coming to people, because who's to say? You might not get the person that she's going to sing, and people are like, oh my God, that's what your God is like. I want to come. Like, how do I? And we need that. And like, we really need, and then you're doing a double dose. So you have to stop the violence on top of you want to be singing, and you may just hit a little inspiration. He may just drop a little something. I'm just saying. This is like a powerful moment. A family that prays together. Yes, and we're going to do some praying so y'all can be staying, because God going to be laying some stuff all up on y'all. It didn't come out as a rhyme, but it came out as the truth, because when y'all keep doing it, the only thing that's going to stop y'all are y'all. That's it. That's it. Not Satan. Y'all. That's the only thing that can divide y'all is y'all. So at some point you got to say, hey, I don't want this to end. But anyway, so again, we have somebody that wants to reach out to you, pour something, to contact with you. I want you to come and hold something at my show, at my event. Like, how do they reach out to you, Queen?
JaviaMonet.weebly.com. Also, you can contact me at my JaviaMonetBookings@yahoo.com. At gmail.com. I'm sorry. JaviaMonetBookings@gmail.com.
Hey, I still have
it. You can contact me on my Instagram at JaviaMonet.
Okay.
And you can also contact my manager.
You can contact the manager. Husbander.
Santana at gmail.com.
Yeah, she just said it. I don't even need to say it.
Santana at gmail.com.
Okay, husband at gmail. Did she say Yahoo? Husbander. I like that. That's yeah. Husbander. Yeah. In walking in the light of God, leading others to God. So that right there is a double blessing, Yeah. So it's like when 2 or 3 are gathered. So I know God is all up in here, right? Because we got 4 up in here. So, yeah, boy. But is there anything that you would like to share with us? Anything, any concerts, any events, any shows you want us to? Uh-oh.
Yeah, let me step in and be husband, Jerusalem. So, but you know, like John was saying, go on the website. You know, her tour dates and everything will be on there updated. But July 14th, she will be at 2 different events. She'll be in Mays Landing, New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken. It's in Mays Landing. It's at the Sisterella Ball, which is an annual ball that they do for empowering women. She will be there performing on July 14th. She will also be in Brookhaven, PA, for a youth glow night that same evening. Performance, so dart and dash from Mays Landing to Brookhaven, but she gonna do it, and she gonna look good doing it. In Jesus' name. And we're gonna have those 2 shows that day, and then on July 26th, she will be singing the national anthem at the Blue Rocks game in Wilmington, Delaware, at the Blue Rocks Stadium.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah. So she's gonna be blessing us with her voice at the national anthem. At the Blue Rock Stadium, July 26th, which is a Thursday.
Sorry, Roseanne, you had your chance. You blew it.
Yeah. And she's going to be on Christian Vision Network, which is a TV publication.
In Jersey.
Yeah. And that'll be June 29th.
Is that the one in Jersey?
Yeah,
Yeah, Christian Vision. I wound up hanging out with them last week. Got to meet the owner and all that other good stuff.
Yeah.
So we're going down there this Friday. Actually, the gentleman from Prayer Room is coming here.
Awesome.
So that wow.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, look at God. Show me off. Yeah. I love you anyway, God. I don't care how much showing off you do. Show off and show out, because I'm going to co-sign it. Oh, yeah. But anyway, I'm looking at your album cover, which is coming up soon. Yeah.
That's the promo.
Yeah, well, that promo, it looks very
really,
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said that to me. He said this should be album cover.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
I
That's
took that picture myself. Okay, that was a selfie.
serious?
Yes.
But it's dope, right? Look, I said the same thing to her.
Wait a minute, she took a selfie? No, that is dope.
That's a selfie.
Wow.
I've seen covers.
I've seen covers
Yeah,
and
that
covers.
is-
And no, and I'm not co-signing just because she's here.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was a girl.
She told the husband of me to shut up, and then she told the manager and me no. So I was like, really? That's an album cover.
Yeah, that is. That's like one of those. I gotta see what it is because
That's really
yeah, it
good.
is, and it's
'Cause it's
different.
different.
Yeah, it's different, and it makes you like, okay,
Yeah.
all right, I gotta see because I can't see. So why am I? Yeah, I need to. Yeah, because you can't
It
see.
reminds me of Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige's first album was
Oh,
the
okay.
411. And her face, if you ever look at it, it's like a tape on her face.
Oh, I know what you're
So
talking
you
about.
can't really
You
see
see
her
it, but
face.
you know
So
it's-
when she first came out, we're like, well, I wonder what she really looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it makes you want to go and see
Exactly.
what it. But it's not even that. It's just
No,
like,
that's dope. I mean,
it's just dope. Period.
It's mysterious.
Yeah,
It's like,
it is.
I
I
wonder-
like that.
what's that? What's under the hat? What's
Yeah,
that?
like what's under the hat? Like,
Because
who
I
is
call it
she? You know.
transparency, so
Yeah.
you can find out what's under there.
Okay, well when